This session is for your National Guard. Me, I'm Martin Block. We're sitting in with Tony Bennett, and we're listening to playbacks of his new album, Who Can I Turn To?
The falling leaves drift by the window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall, start to fall, start to fall. Autumn leaves.
Well, my friends, it's Guard Station. We're sitting here with Mr. Tony Bennett, and we're listening to playbacks for his new album. We're going to listen to some chestnuts, too. Some what I like to refer to as goodies. In fact, Tony, let's talk about it. The last time we were together, we were talking about how you judge whether a song is possibly going to be a hit or not. Tony, was San Francisco a hit right off the bat?
No, it took about 6 months.
That's what I thought. Here was a case of a song that has actually become, I would say, a standard, wouldn't you? I think it's going to be used for years and years and years, long after we're gone. It's a great song. But as usual with a great song, Tony, don't you find that it takes longer to make a great song a hit for the first time than it does with some of these things that come out overnight and, you know, some of the Beatle tunes and things like that?
Well, actually, in this one case, that's kind of a little unfair, Martin, because the Beatles have become a standard in their own way. They hit with such an impact. But I know exactly the kind of music you're talking about. The majority of what you would call the hard rock music, that does go down the drain. Yeah. And the standards hang on, and it does take a lot longer. There's a famous story in the music business about Begin the Beguine that came out, written by Cole Porter, and was around for about 10 years before Artie Shaw made the recording and then turned it into a standard. I Can't Give You Anything But Love came out of a flop show, and it's still around.
And speaking of big hits, I think this song should be a very big hit. The Best Thing to Be Is a Person. Who wrote it?
Bob Haymes.
Oh, our old friend Bob. Huh? He comes up with some goodies. All right, instead of talking about it, let's listen to it.
There was a man looked up to heaven, and he said, Lord, what good am I? I feel so unimportant that it makes me want to cry. What should I do, Lord? Please answer me. The Lord said, sure, son, I'll tell you what to be. The best thing to be is a person, just a person who loves his fellow man. The best thing to be is a person, just a person who does the best he can. The Lord said, you can be a big man, and I can tell you where to start. Just let the world around you know the love that's in your heart. The Lord said softly, listen to me. There's only one thing that I want you to be. The one thing to be is a person, just a person who does the best he can.
Well, all one has to do is take a listen to that song to know that it's one of those big hits. Tony, you know, when we sit down and talk with some of our friends, sometimes we ask questions that are personal, and sometimes they're just general. I hope you don't mind these kind of questions.
Not at all.
I wish more artists felt that way. But I guess sometimes it seems like when you're in the public eye, everybody wants to know everything about you. And I don't know whether or not the public is entitled to know about their favorite performers. But I do know one subject that is everybody's business, and that is national defense.
That's right, Martin. But who is there to answer all these questions?
Well, I can answer some of them, Tony, on behalf of the National Guard. You see, the National Guard has installations in more than 2,700 communities in the continental United States, Alaska, Hawaii, and Puerto Rico. And the men of the National Guard are always ready to protect the peace in the event of a national emergency or to step in and help in any local disaster. Now, month after month and year after year, Americans have seen the Guard in action, fighting floods and forest fires, aiding victims of tornadoes or earthquakes. The Guardsmen who protect the homes and businesses during local emergencies are on call to the governors of each state, and because National Guard units are located in many different areas of any state, citizens are assured that help is never far away. The Guard has demonstrated again and again that it is a versatile, capable force dedicated to protecting the peace. Remember, national defense is everybody's business, and so is your National Guard. And now, Mr. Bennett, I'm going to do something that I think every artist likes to do: reminisce. I think we all have things to look forward to in this world, and we love to look forward to them, but I think we also like to look backward a wee bit. I'm going to ask you a question that you may say has been asked you many times, but I think our listeners will be interested. What was your first smash hit?
A song called Because of You.
How did you feel about it in the beginning when you started out to make the song?
Well, on the very first onset of the song, I thought of it just as another song. In fact, Percy Faith was the one who just said we had 3 tunes that we felt were very good potential hits, and we just had to fill in the date with another song. And he just, as a gag, he blindfolded his eyes, and he said, let's just pick one of these songs off my desk.
Mm-hmm.
And But then as I got to know the song, I got to like it that much. And as I was recording it, I really felt that it would have become a hit.
Yes, well, I'm glad you had that feeling, because that not only became a hit, but I think that's the song that is most closely identified with you. I know whenever we go to a show or an opening and somebody's doing imitations of famous artists, they always do the imitation of Tony Bennett, and they imitate him this way. Let me see if I can do it.
Okay. Taller than the tallest twee is. That's how it's got to be.
How do you like my imitation of Tony Bennett? Tony, did I do pretty well?
Very well. In fact, you sounded a little like Sammy Davis there.
Sammy will love that, because I think he does one of the best imitations of Tony Bennett. Well, let's see now. We were talking about the big song, so let's hear Tony's original hit version of Because of You.
Of you, there's a song in my heart. Because of you, my romance had its start. Because of you, the sun will shine. The moon and stars will say you're mine forever and never to part. I only live for your love and your kiss. It's paradise to be near you like this. Because of you, my life is now worthwhile, and I can smile because of you. I only live for your love and your kiss. It's paradise to be near you like this. Because of you, my life is now worthwhile, and I can smile because of you.
And this is the parting of the ways for the time being. Tony Bennett will be with us again next week, though, here on Guard Session, and I hope you'll be able to join us. Thank you for the invitation, Tony.
I'm the one who's happy about the whole thing, Martin. Glad of the company.
All right, we'll check in with you next week. And until then, this is Martin Block reminding you that national defense is everybody's business, and this business is on a sounder footing because your National Guard is on the job.